It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Although this year I bought Hanukkah stamps. Got a couple left. 2 more, that's it. And believe it or not, I didn't send these to anybody who's Jewish. But I wanted to come in here just for a couple of minutes today because as I was writing out my Christmas cards, which took almost 2 weeks for me to get from the printer, that's why they're late. I only have 20 I've sent out. I'm going to send out this year. But in previous years, I've sent out like 100 and all that. And you know what I realized after I got done? I realized I got suckered into leaving the Lord out of my Christmas card. I know, right? It is a very subtle thing. So I'm going to show you my card that I'm sending to people that I never talk to, basically. And this is my card. This is my cat Gideon, who passed away this year. I had to let him go. And it's my favorite squirrel here, one of them that comes by every day. And then you got my husband, Randall. Got my dog Grover, who's 15. I have a blue jay, one of about 7 that come. And then I got a red-bellied woodpecker on that side. And then on the back of the card, I have a mockingbird and another picture of my cat with a message that I wrote to people. I realized my card here, all it says is counting all the joy, and then it says Merry Christmas on there. Now, if you've ever been involved in what they refer to as the, quote, culture war, you've probably heard people say that you're not going to take Christ out of Christmas. Don't take Christ out of Christmas, right? And yet, my Christmas card does not make Jesus the center of it. I got suckered, people. And you know how I did it? And you know how I got suckered? Because almost every single card that I get from people, and I have a whole bunch of them around me up here on my bookshelves and stuff, almost every single one has nothing to do with Jesus's birth. Now, I did say on the back of it, I wrote, most importantly, we give thanks to the Lord Jesus for his wonderful gift of salvation, joy, and life. May we never forget he is the reason for the season all year long. So I did include that. But you know, the predominant message of my Christmas card is about me and my pets. I bring this up because almost every other card I got is similar to the one I got that I'm sent out, or it's a picture that doesn't really have any words about the Lord on it. And it might say Merry Christmas, but it doesn't emphasize Jesus at all. And so as I'm sitting here and I'm writing out my cards, I am laughing a little bit because I'm like, wow, even I got suckered into putting together a Christmas card that really has nothing to do with the Lord. Now, I'm used to Christmas movies being completely un-Christ-like. They're not anything about Jesus or anything. But I bring it up because I was listening to Dr. John Lennox a while back. And if you don't know who John is, he is a scientist, a mathematician. He is one of the leading Christian apologists out there who's debated all the big atheists, including Richard Dawkins and Christopher Hitchens, Christopher Hitchens from of old, who's passed away. And one of the things that John said in one of his many videos I've listened to, is that when Daniel was, him and his friends were led into, Babylon, they had to change their names and all this other stuff. And that the culture of Babylon was one way, but they remained faithful to their God. And my husband Randall and I were talking about this the other day, and I was thinking back to when I was a child and first saved, and looking at the culture of the church itself, and how in regular church, almost all churches, you would actually go into the church and there would be Bible studies that you could go to. Today, you have to hunt outside of the church to parachurch ministries in most churches to get a really decent Bible study because the seeker-sensitive movement came in and started fishing and making the church more of a place for, quote, seekers to come in, when that's not really what the church is about. It's about worshiping God. It has nothing to do with trying to get people saved. And I know that sounds weird, but it's this subtle deception that has come into the world of Christianity. So you can hold firm to who you are as a Christian while all around you the culture changes. So you can still hold your hardcore biblical beliefs, but all around you the culture has changed. And it happened very, very subtly, just like me making a card. This is a Christmas card. And what's the predominant thing you see? My cat, people. You know why? Because I talked about my cat dying this year on the back of it. So, I thought I would share that observation with you. Because it is another one of those subtle things that comes in and it impacts you, and you're not even aware it's actually impacting you until all of a sudden, boom, it hits you in the head. So I'm curious, just for the sake of this video, I'm very curious, how many of you sent out Christmas cards and or picture cards? And does Jesus have the predominant message in that card? After all, Christmas is about the birth of Yeshua, the Messiah. And yet, it's pretty interesting how commercialized it's become. It always has been, but even more so. So, let me know what your thoughts are. I am very interested in hearing what your thoughts are on this. So, do me a favor, leave a comment. I would also love it if you subscribed. I was just doing a little bit of research about, subscriptions and stuff, and this channel has over 60,000 views on it, and I've got under 300 subscribers. So a lot of people have looked at this channel, but not that many have subscribed. And so please hit subscribe. I would love to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible and beyond, people, so that I can continue to help you have a better day. So, so hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Merry Christmas.